So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, great. I'm just gonna go the convenient route and add fish oil. Stop. We highly recommend that you don't do that. We don't recommend fish oil.
Welcome to our channel, guys. Today we are going to be speaking about how to feed fish to dogs and cats, and we're going to speak about all the amazing benefits of feeding fish to our pets.
With all the tips and tricks that it takes to feed fish. All right, so let's start first off. Why is it beneficial to feed fish to our dogs and cats?
Okay, so fish is super high in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. And EPA and DHA has been found to support brain health, heart health, eye health, and so much more, even including the skin as well. EPA and DHA has also been found to reduce inflammation in the body, support the immune system, and has even been found to reduce the risk of developing cancer and so much more.
If you want to know more about all the incredible benefits of omega-3 and the best sources of omega-3 for dogs and cats, click this video. We're gonna proceed now with how to feed fish to your dogs and cats, because not all fish is the same. There are a few little rules that we have to just keep in mind when we feed fish to our dogs and cats, and we're gonna tell you now. All right, so the very first thing that you wanna make sure when you buy fish for your dog is that it is wild caught. And this is because farmed fish has been deemed one of the most toxic foods on the planet.
This is largely due to what these fish are consuming. So a lot of the times they may consume foods that are high in preservatives and the poor living conditions that they are in.
When it comes to wild caught fish or fish in general, you do really have to look at the marketing terms that are used. For example, wild sea fish is not necessarily wild caught fish. In fact, it's probably farmed, because farms can be in the wild sea as well. You just have to be very careful when buying fish and ensuring that it is truly wild caught. Also, it is recommended to stay away from wild caught fish from the Pacific Ocean.
This is because the Pacific Ocean has been contaminated with radiation.
All right, so now we got that out of the way. What wild caught fish is best for dogs and cats?
So, small oily fish such as herring, sardines, mackerel, sprat, just to name a few, are some of the best type of wild caught fish that we can feed to our pets. And this is largely because these fish are very, very small, and thus they will contain lower amounts of toxin.
You can get small oily wild caught fish either canned, raw, or frozen.
If you get them canned, then we recommend to get them in water or oil.
Personally, we prefer to feed fresh and frozen fish over canned fish, just because it's more fresh and more natural. There are a few things that you have to remember, especially when it comes to you buying raw fish.
So it's actually recommended to freeze raw fish for at least 3 weeks. And the reason why is that this will help to kill any potential parasites that may be inside of the fish.
Exactly. And salmon actually is supposed to be frozen for 30 days before you feed it to your dog. So we usually just buy frozen fish because you can feed it right away, and literally we just defrost it in the fridge and we feed it to our dog Milka. And even with that, some dogs actually prefer ground fish, and some dogs prefer whole fish. So just because your dog didn't like the ground up fish that you bought, your dog might actually really prefer the whole fish instead. Our dog just eats anything.
So how often to feed fish? Personally, we feed fish once a week, so we do 1 fish day per week.
And we literally just feed whatever grams of food Milka eats. We replace everything with the fish. So for example, our dog eats 300 grams of raw pet food a day. So 1 day a week, she just eats 300 grams of fish, whole fish.
Now it may happen that your dog or cat may completely refuse the fish. What you can try doing is feeding air-dried fish or freeze-dried fish. So there are many companies that will sell air-dried or freeze-dried fish. So you can try that as well.
Or what you can also do in that case is you feed algae oil instead. of fish.
If you feed fish on a more regular basis, then we actually recommend doing a heavy metal detox. This will actually help to reduce the heavy metal toxicity within your pet, and some supplements like chlorella or zeolite are great supplements in helping to remove heavy metals from the body and supporting the health of our animals.
Yeah, just being mindful of the potential heavy metals that are in fish and then supporting our dogs with a heavy metal detox just helps improve health and wellness even further.
So you may be asking, well, why are we even recommending fish? The reason is why our pets cannot produce EPA and DHA on their own. They have to get it from the food that they consume.
So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, great. I'm just gonna go the convenient route and add fish oil. Stop. We highly recommend that you don't do that. We don't recommend fish oil. We don't recommend fish oil, and we don't offer it in our holistic and natural pet health store for very good reasons.
The reason is because fish oil can easily oxidize as soon as it's exposed to air, light, or heat. So as soon as it's exposed to either of these elements, then it will oxidize. And fish oil oxidation has been found to be linked to organ damage.
If you want to know more about all the reasons why we don't recommend fish oil, make sure to check out this video. Alright, so these were our tips and tricks on how to feed fish to your dog. Personally, we love to rotate between different omega-3 sources. So we rotate between raw fish, algae oil, freeze-dried salmon treats, and even plant-based sources like hemp seed oil. And of course, we're linking all of our favorite omega-3 sources down below for you guys. Let us know in the comments below, what type of omega-3s do you like to feed your pet? Does your pet like fish? Do they like it whole or ground? Have you noticed the difference when you're feeding them? And thank you so much for watching.
Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can see more awesome videos like this one. And thank you so much for your support. See ya. Bye.